Just got to Sheldon Skate Plaza. It's a pretty darn big skate park that for whatever reason is usually empty. I guess because it's super hot out here. But it's been cool the last week, so we figured we'd come. I guess the skate park's not officially open, so you gotta crawl through a hole in the fence. But ironically, it's probably more COVID friendly than any other skate park because there's no one here except for one person cruising around and one person who doesn't have a skateboard, who's just sitting on the bench. But yeah, we're just gonna warm up here, nothing special, and then we're gonna go mess around at a spot that's probably just as good as this skate park, except for it's not a skate park, it's a spot. Perfect. Frick. Every time I think about the skate park, I always think, man, I really want to skate that little square kink rail. Even though I hate square rails, I always think it's going to be fun. And then I get here, and then I try to skate it, and it's always awful. So I'm going to try to make myself skate it a little bit more today by waxing the shit out of it.
Oh boy. That was almost first try.
Was it?
No. Is that your go-to trick? Toe flip?
Yeah. That's kind of hard. Kind of a long rail for that.
Wax that base plate.
What?
Wax the base plate.
I'm jumping off because I'm dragging my base plate, but I might as well just accept the fact that I'm going to drag my base plate. Use it to my advantage. That's kind of.
Oh, you silly, silly goose.
Good save. Definitely planned.
Thumbnail.
Oh yeah. The board matches the graffiti.
And title?
Yeah. I hit up Andy. I was like, hey, listen, I'm gonna go skate Sheldon. He was like, say no more. Sent me this board.
What the graffiti was gonna be at the time.
He did, because he put it here. He's pretty gangster.
I've seen him throw up signs.
I can't talk about that. This park is very much a plaza. There's so much pushing involved. And it's like really dry out here. So it's like good park, but as difficult as a medium, not good park, just because there's so much pushing, the air is so dry. But it's really fun.
Suck. Pretty low.
All of them were perfect. Oh, they're getting better. All right, so you're about to watch us skate Griffith Park. One thing that I want you to keep in mind as you watch each obstacle is the fact that they built this without the intent of skateboarding, which at first glance might not seem that crazy, but when you think about the fact that they took the time to transition the bank into a wall when they could have just like ended it at a straight wall at any point in time, which is what anyone else would have done, or the fact that there's curbs at the top of the banks, like the length, height, and like width that they happen to be, or the fact that there's like that retaining wall that you can like wally up and board slide, or the transition of the quarter pipes. Like they didn't need to do any of that. They could have literally just like paved it straight or paved straight walls, but they didn't. They made transition for everything. Most likely someone took like a boat and smoothed it out to be at that like dimension. So I'm not saying that the place was built by skateboarders. I'm almost positive it hasn't. I think that ditch is like super old. But I mean, like, what are the odds is what's crazy. Like, that all those different angles and obstacles are all at the same spot in the same line heading downhill is like slim to none. So it kind of is like a miracle spot. I honestly think that it's like one of the coolest and coincidental amazing skate spots that I've ever skated. Now granted, the ground is rough and it has its, you know, there's a few things about it that's not perfect, but like there's skate parks that are not made as well or do not have as much flow as this ditch does. So something to take into consideration. So we just got here at Griffith Park, which maybe you'll recognize this gigantic bank, or that bank over there. The right of way down there. There's like 10 skate park-esque spots at this one spot. I mean, it's got transitions, it's got jersey walls, it's got bank to curbs, it's got a tree you can skate over, it has this quarter pipe thing. If you're wondering why I'm shirtless, it's because the best way to clear out dirt is like this. This bank's not that insane. Like, it's not like super gnarly, but it's like definitely gives you enough speed that you don't want to hit a rock or be a little squirrely. So being a little cautious by over cleaning the landing isn't a bad idea here. I have like new wheels and new bearings, and the wheels are a little bit bigger than I'm used to. So I'm definitely going a lot faster down this bank than I normally do. So I'm going to be a little bit more cautious. But I don't know if you've ever seen footage of this spot, but at the very bottom of the bank, not sure how well you can tell, but it kind of like kinks down again. So it kind of like throws you into the ground kind of awkwardly, but I don't know, just something to think about. There's also this crack that's kind of right where you ride. Not the biggest deal in the world, but it's there. Oh God! Definitely the worst part of this spot is if you like bail your trick at all, you have to chase your board down the bank, and it's just a lot of exercise running up and down the bank.
Ugh, exercise. Do you want me to do it? He's kicking out on a shove it. It's okay, I would too.
Got a little spastic there. I should probably redo that, but not going to. Try like a trick where I right away switch. I'll try frontside flip into it.
Instant replay. That was a good frontside flip, actually.
Nollie flip.
Or something fakey, like fakey tray.
Fakey tray.
That'd be pretty cool, but
I'll try a couple.
right now,
Yeah.
Dan says I get $1 if he doesn't commit to this one.
Oh, I tried.
No,
What? I tried.
no.
No.
Both feet were not on the board.
Double or nothing.
You did, okay. Double or nothing. If Dan doesn't land this right here, he owes me $20.
$2.
$20.
So much scarier than I expected. It's ridiculous on how like clearing a crack is somehow scary on flat ground just because you know you're going into a bank. Like that's so much scarier than I think it should be.
To be fair, it's a big bank.
It's like not that big though. Like it's just
Well, it's not steep, it's just big.
it puts you at the exact amount of speed to start to get speed wobbles. and I like ride my trucks pretty loose, so it's like the second I hit that kink, I get just a little bit of switch speed wobbles to where it's not that crazy to control, but it's like spooky going into it knowing that that's coming. It'd be sick if the knob buster came here and instead of unknobbing the spot, he built like a ski lift to get up the bank, because it's emotionally skate stopped after you try like 10 of anything, because you have to walk down and up and down and up, and it is awful. Oh God. But I'm gonna ride down the bank with the camera so you can see what it's like to ride down it, in case you never come here. She'll be coming down the mountain when she comes. While Haley's over there warming up, trying a trick for a part, I'm just gonna selfie some fisheye clips. So this is like the smaller bank. It's like the exact same thing as that bank, but as I just said, it's just smaller. I'm not gonna bother doing tricks into it, just because I already skated that one. So I'm just gonna skate this weird little flat gap that's in it. It's kind of weird to get to, so I'm just gonna run and drop my board, and there's also nowhere to ride away, but whatever.
Kind of like falling leaf, but
yeah,
you hit a gap.
I'm a falling leaf down it. I don't think it's gonna make it any harder. Maybe. Ready?
Okay. Yes. That was a bad one.
That made it so much harder.
Right before Dan tried that, he was like, I'm going to do kickflip in because it's not going to be any harder. But I think it was.
So this thing used to be really good, but as you can see, it's no longer really good, but I'm gonna do nothing on it probably. Oh, why am I leaning this way? Oh, I just realized that the Jersey barrier is like tilted.
It is.
Okay. Gotta take a break.
Need some water?
I'll be okay. Would have rode away a lot better, but your board was right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might as well count it.
Oh, I definitely counted it.
Okay. You want to talk about this spot?
Yeah, this spot is right here.
You know the spot's pretty sticky when you gotta wax your rails.
So right here, there's like a overgrown tree that you can kind of like carve in and do tricks over. Probably do like hippie jumps and ollies and stuff like that. I'm gonna play with it for a second. Oh my God. Oh my God. I had to like duck under that. I'm gonna try to like railie it, basically kind of wall ride the tree ride, vegan ride. Oh, that was scary. Oh, you can totally hit your head on this. I didn't even see that that is a thing.
Hot shot.
Oh, if I get impaled on this, if I get Dracula on this, I'm gonna be so bummed.
Dracula, go for your ass.
The real life Dracula, he was a real person, lived in Transylvania. He was like a war hero, but what he would do is out front of his house, his mansion or whatever, he would put spears in people's butts and vaginas and let gravity slowly impale them, like the real Dracula, who in Transylvania is still looked at as a war hero. Fun facts. Ooh, that would have sucked. So there's this thing, which is like a bank wall that kind of transitions into vert. I've actually never skated this thing, even though I've been to this spot a bunch of times, so I'm just gonna try to do like a tail slide or something in it just to show you how it works. But this crack's bondoed if you want to carve wide, or if you don't really need to carve wide. The landing's bondoed. I think I've seen people trick into this. I could be wrong, but that's
Out
pretty.
of it.
Out of it, probably someone's heroed. Okay. I think that's how you're supposed to skate. You're supposed to go to flat.
Skip the bank.
Skip the bank. And what skate park would be complete without a hip? It's not much of a hip, but it's still a hip. Can you tell that's a hip from there?
Yeah.
Because it's a hip. Here, I'll try 180 real quick. Didn't clear it, but you can tell if I would have cleared it, it would have been a front 270 over a hip. That's cool. So more or less, that's the entire skate park. That last line has me laying in the grass for a while. But the ditch does go further. Like that's where I ended that line. And it goes down there. There's not really much down there. Like there's not really many things to skate down there except for just like mellow banks, but it's fun to cruise around. I see a lot of just kind of people on like longer boards just bombing through the entire ditch. So yeah, Griffith Park, that's what it's called. By all means, come skate it, especially. Actually, it was closed before, but now it's open, judging by how many people are here. So maybe it's a little bit more crowded, but it's not a bust at all. The park ranger was watching us skate, and he didn't say anything. So, yeah, come skate it. Maybe come bring a flat bar or a kicker here. Add something to it. I have a kicker in the van that I was going to bring up, but I am not lugging that thing up this ditch. Thanks to Haley for filming. She hates me.